Adofo high lots in TV. Now saying ena Ernest ya ukumi. Akwatia MP. Na ho nsem eba na. Ensem no mu no. Akopie wo parliament ma edane debate. Which na Ama da mafia po. I don't know if I got the name right. That MP no Efre Yaukumi Ernest Yaukumi MP for Akotia say or a fugitive. Discussions no Ekosi Palmer, the minority leader Honorable Afenyo Markins. On the channel, you the press conference to us. You been able to try. You can have videos, no.
This house, the information before this house is that the honorable member for Akwetia has been convicted. And he's become a fugitive of justice. We will not participate in any proceedings that will allow the honorable member to have locus to make submissions on the floor. It won't happen.
In his submission, the majority chief whip said that the court decided that this house should take a decision. The court directed if people are diluting their law with politics, they should dilute it properly because these are reputational issues. In my earlier submissions, my argument was to the effect that prior to the conviction, the court was seized with an application to stay proceedings. I didn't say that the man filed a stay of proceedings. I didn't say the man filed a stay of proceedings pending appeal. I didn't say that. I know some people are at the back there. I am aware they have finished the LLB, and I know they are still attempting to get to the law school. I am a practitioner, Mr. Speaker. I am a courtroom practitioner. I know courtroom practice and courtroom rules. So I'm talking law. And I want my colleagues to listen. I'm saying that Honorable Kumi had filed a stay of proceedings application, which application was pending before the court at the time that the same court was seized with the application committing him for contempt. The court was aware. And I am saying that the court, after its decision, there is a stay of execution and an appeal, notice of appeal. These two processes have been filed. If they don't know, I'm letting them know now. It is most unfair for Mr. Dafiameko to describe a respected colleague as a fugitive. Never again should such a statement come out of the mouth of a colleague. Maybe today you find it convenient, but trust me, come on, await each one of us. Mr. Speaker, let them sit quietly and listen. Let me finish my submission. Mr. Speaker, if they want, then we should, what? Yes. Well, that's all right. Mr. Speaker, it is clear that the NDC side, when they talk, they don't want anybody also to have this opportunity. It was started by you. responding to your argument. Why? We cannot respond to you.
Honorable
You are
members,
running away.
honorable
You
members,
got your application, you are
the
running
time
away.
is 5 to 4 o'clock. You are in my hands. The House is accordingly adjourned.
The mischief he wanted to create was with the effect that no, Mr. Kumi should not be allowed to make his statement. When he realized that there were superior arguments against him, the NDC now resorted to disruption, confusion, and their usual noise making. The practice is that when you make your argument, you sit quietly and allow your colleague opposite to also make his argument. But what did we see? The majority leader himself now got up and shouted, Mr. Speaker, adjourn. We saw what happened. This is a kind of democracy the NDC wants to practice in Parliament. Today, the NDC is saying that members of Parliament should respect the court. These were the people who were insulting, using unprintable words, just because they disagreed with the Supreme Court ruling in October 2024. We wonder why the judge will go on the path he has chosen to go. But as law-abiding citizens, we will continue to use the judicial processes for justice. As for the NDC, if they think that today they are using Ernest Kumi to do politics, today is Friday, we are reminding them that next week Thursday, the president will be coming to the chamber. We are reminding them. They've forgotten that they are in government. We are reminding the NDC. So, if today they are the avant-garde of the rule of law, we've heard. Good. On Thursday, there are other matters of social justice in the country that perhaps they have overlooked. So if they are showing us the path of social justice and the rule of law, we have heard them. From Tuesday, we, the minority, God willing, will also begin the process of bringing to the fore all the issues that the government must undertake to bring social justice in our country. And we will not limit it to Tuesday. We'll go on Wednesday, go on Thursday, Friday, and we'll continue until all the issues of social justice are addressed. So we thank them for forcing an adjournment today. We thank the NDC majority caucus. We thank them. These are useful lessons. Thank you very much.
When you Honorable Ernest, ya kumina de onkasai, but the star boy of the NPP, Wakasa, Yanko Ningoti, Honorable Yakumi Enzo Emrazia.
Honorable member, you have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. And let me commend the makers of the statement for bringing this statement to bear, or this subject matter to bear. Mr. Speaker, this is a topic that requires attention and action, and it will interest all of us to know that the Constitution and other laws alike, especially other international instruments, guarantees this right to us as a people. But historically, most people have suffered social injustice, not because they do not have the protective right, but because we politicians ourselves over the period have become culprits and victims of this social injustice. Mr. Speaker, today, as we speak, I'm happy that this discussion is being had in this Parliament dispassionately. Just last week, a simple request for procedural fairness from the minority leader on behalf of a former minister of this republic degenerated into a debate on this floor. And as I sat in my chair, I asked myself, for how long will we keep doing this to ourselves? Because today it is me, tomorrow it could be you. And as we keep arguing along the way, I ask myself that if the Constitution guarantees that at least we need to be fair to ourselves, why can't we allow and ask for a simple procedural fairness to happen? Other speakers have spoken already on other things that do happen to us as politicians. The protocol conundrum that we politicians keep giving to people is also increasingly becoming a challenge to us in this country. And to quote the Honorable Dr. Kumbo, who had said previously in other public domains, until you are injected by an incompetent doctor or nurse for you to die, that is when you know that we need to begin to advocate for fairness and equal opportunity and access for people. Mr. Speaker, just this morning, I was asked by a journalist within this precinct of Parliament that he wants to know that are we waiting, or for how long will we wait until when a president wins an election in this country and the opponent goes to court just to challenge that person unfairly and to just deny that person that right that is due him? Mr. Speaker, in order not to sound prejudicial, I refuse to comment on the matter. But I want all of us to take note.
Order. Honourable members, order.
Mr. Speaker, I want all of us to take note that this discussion that we are having here should not be one that we are just having it today and let it slide. It should bring to fore meaningful thoughts and discussion, where citizens, policy makers, and CSOs will all come together to advance social justice in this country, and especially to me as the MP for Akwetia in this country. Thank you.